It's time for another Frank White Friday. I want to concentrate this week on two events, even though there's a lot of news about space exploration. One is the death of Frank Borman at the age of 95. He was the commander of the Apollo 8 mission to the moon in 1968, which produced the Earthrise picture. And then we are marking the birthday of Carl Sagan, who died some years ago. And he was instrumental in so much education about the cosmos. But I want to focus on the fact that he convinced NASA to turn a spacecraft back to look at the Earth and took what's called the pale blue dot photo. These are two photographs that weren't planned. And each one of them has been very important in the history of the overview effect. The Earthrise picture was one that was taken serendipitously as the astronauts rounded the moon. They were taking pictures of the moon. That's why they were there. And Bill Anders saw the Earth rising above the surface of the moon, and he immediately thought to take a picture of it. And Frank Borman is really well known for saying, hey, don't take a picture of that. It's not on the list. Most people think he was joking, but in any event, the three of them together got that picture. And later on Christmas Eve, they did the famous reading from Genesis, and they shared that same view with us. Earthrise is an overview effect moment, but many people think it's the most important one. And for many people, it truly changed their lives. Every human being alive at that time, except the three astronauts, was in that picture. And it was really striking to see the Earth against the backdrop of the cosmos. They actually had turned the video camera around on the way to the moon and showed us the whole Earth. But the view was not as striking, really, as it was from the moon. And what most people remember is that Earthrise picture. So Frank Borman, at the age of 95, is now part of history. Carl Sagan, too. The spacecraft that was on its way to the outer limits of the solar system was looking outward once again. There was no looking back at the Earth, and it was Sagan who convinced NASA to modify the mission and take what has been called the pale blue dot picture of the Earth. Tiny, I call it a molecule picture. And later, he recorded a beautiful essay that he wrote, and he pointed out that, every human being, good or bad, every dictator, every poet, everybody who's ever lived on the pale blue dot. Once again, you get a sense that we human beings are part of something vast and amazing. Part of it is the Earth, but the Earth is part of something grand and beautiful and mysterious. So I want to salute Frank Borman, Carl Sagan, two very different people who are part of history, part of overview effect history. And who knows? Maybe you'll become part of overview effect history. We don't know how. We don't know when. We don't know where. But it could happen. In both cases, it was serendipity that made it happen. So keep your eye on the possibilities that are out there to contribute to this expanding understanding of humanity, of our place in this wonderful cosmos. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next Friday.